Everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Raven. All right, guys. So in this video, I kind of want to play with the Domihaus set, which was the new monsters. One of the two new monster sets going to be coming out with Horns of the Reach. Now, from initial look, it looks so badass. I'm not even gonna lie. This monster set looks really cool. I mean, they did a great job with the look here. I mean, look at this guy. It looks crazy, like a skeleton minotaur, with a broken horn. It looks pretty badass. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so let's take a look at the stats really quick here, see what it does. Okay, it's going to give us 1,096 maximum stamina. It's going to give us 1,096 max magicka. When I deal damage, I have a 15% chance to create either a ring of fire or a ring of molten earth around me for 10 seconds, which deals 1,400 flame damage or 1,220 physical damage every second. Standing within the ring grants 200 spell damage or 200 weapon damage. This effect can occur every 15 seconds. I like the bump and everything, but I will go over it. We'll just kind of play with it and just show you guys what it does, what's the effects, and everything. First thing I also want to always check too is weapon damage and shit like that. So on staff side, I'm at 16, 13. We'll check everything on this side though, and on dual wield, 23, 18. So we're gonna see what it does. Okay, I'm gonna get it to proc is what I want it to do. Okay, there's the proc. Going back to this bar. Okay, looks like we got the spell damage when the fire hits. Okay, fire's up again. So my question now becomes, is the fire in that always going to proc if you're magicka? Or is it just going to proc the other? Okay, we got fire again. There's the fire again. Okay. So that's actually pretty good. Because every time it procs the fire, we're getting the boost to the magicka. So I'm thinking if you're more higher end on stamina, it's going to proc the stamina. So we're going to change out the abilities here in a minute, and I'm just playing around. I want to make sure this. And the radius is retardedly huge, man. This radius is massive. And anything within this vicinity is, I believe, taking the damage. So that's huge. This is a big circle. That's pretty big. It's better than I anticipated. This is actually really it looks good and the radius is really good. I'm liking that I'm procking the magicka. 15 seconds, let's take a look at this. We have a 15-second cooldown. 15% chance on any type of damage. It can be direct, it can be dot based. That's nice. It's really nice considering. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch over my stats to stamina. I'll put on stamina set. And I want to see if, it'll proc the other side. So I'm just going to like flop my magic into my stamina and put on a stamina set. Because I think the devs nailed this. Like, you know, if your proc percentage is based on the highest value, then that's gonna be pretty kick ass. We'll see. I love the look. I think the look is so badass. I'm not even gonna lie. Now, here's the thing, like, I think the Magicka DK, if this is the case, the Magicka DK is going to really benefit from this, but more than most because combustion-based passive, not to say any Magicka class can't use it, but the combustion is where it's going to shine for the Magicka DK, hands down. But this for Stam user, any Stam user would benefit from this set because is it poison? I want to say a molten earth, so it's still going to be fire. Ooh, ring of fire or molten earth. So how do you tell which one's the which? Is there a difference in the way it looks? That's another question. So DKs DKs would benefit from this, both DKs, because the proc, the combustion applies to both. I don't know, man. Okay, I'm just going to put everything in the stamina. All right. I want the master bow. I'll forget. I'll put it on for now. That's fine. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back in my supplies. I have a light shoulder, so just need a heavy head. Enchant it real quick. I want to, I kind of want to see, you know, everything, what are we getting the weapon damage off of? It's a 50-50. Is it a true 50-50? If it's a true 50-50, here becomes my thing. If it's a true 50-50, let's say we're not running a hybrid build. We run Magicka, it's going to suck to get weapon damage, right? It's just going to suck. The physical damage, actually it's pretty comparable. The both effects. I mean, I think the one would scale higher off of the stamina. So we'll take a look at that right now too when we load in. So it should scale higher. Now, mind you, I haven't redone any of my champion points. I'll do that really quick too. Now, I'm not on a DK, on a Nightblade, so let's... Okay, we're going to put this over here, just reallocate a couple points. We'll keep that there, we'll keep that there. We're going to put into Mighty. Definitely need more penetration. I'm happy with that. Okay, once again, let's change out the food though. I didn't create the other food, but we'll just use triple. That's fine. Now I'm kind of curious because we're looking at 19 and 15. So let's see. Oh, switch out skills too. That would help. Go endless hail. Like I said, I'm just wanting to mess around with this. I don't really care about rotation or anything too much. Okay. Okay, yeah, there's a difference in the look. And as we can see while it's up, we got the weapon damage. That's pretty kick-ass. That's definitely not bad. Cool deal. All right, yeah. So it seems like it's going to be scaling. So we get a scaled effect based on whether or not which value is the highest. So if your stamina seems to be the highest, you're going to proc the one side. You're going to proc the molten earth more pretty much all the time. Now, whether or not those values, if you can get those values to be equal, I imagine, if you can, I imagine that you have a 50-50 chance. The question of it is, like, maybe a set like Pinnacles, or not Pinnacles, Penel, the one that basically scales your weapon damage and your spell damage to be equal value. If you can get that set, get everything lined up. Of course, passives become the issue for classes. For you have to pay attention to your passives. For like Khajiit versus, a high elf. Who's getting stamina, who isn't, and offsetting those values. If you can. If you can get it equal, you probably have a 50-50 shot. So I think that's going to be a lot better. So there is a difference. And considering that's the fact, considering that is the case, this set actually becomes a lot more appealing, especially not only maybe in PvE content, but PvP. Because PvP, especially in Battlegrounds, a lot of things is resource management because we don't have champion points to assist us for break freeze or utilities for Magicka. So the set like this becomes a lot more attractive. A lot more. The radius is huge, but remember, you got to stay within that radius. Because if I proc it, I can step out of it. Once I step out of it, I'm going to lose that buff. But that radius is still applying the damage, and it's huge. That is a massive radius. That's insanely massive. So I'm going to give it up to the devs on this one. This one is this set for 15 seconds. I mean, that's a pretty long delay, downtime. But the 200 to the spell, 200 to the weapon, proc scales off of your max. Pretty badass, devs. The look is killer. Okay. I kind of was like, when I first read it, I was like, I'm not interested in that. If it sounds like some crazy hybrid. And I think this is really going to work. Once again, I think the stamina users are going to have a lot more flexibility in their builds with this set versus Magicka users. I think Magicka users, any Magicka user can use it, but I think the Magicka DK, in my opinion, is going to get the most out of this because of the combustion passive to the flame damage. And that's just my opinion. So whether or not, for me personally, does this replace Valkynscorian? Once again, Valkynscorian has a ranged effect. I like Grothar to a degree, but it has a short end radius. I have to be kind of up close. Now, Grothar is going to deal more damage than this off of its proc. But what this gives you versus what Grothar and Valken doesn't give you is the additional spell damage, increasing your damaging effects during its proc. So that's the offset. Am I going to willing to sacrifice a little bit of that damage, right, to go ahead and increase my abilities damage during the proc's effect? And I think this is what makes this set attractive. If you are going to be a close-in player for the Magicka DK, he's always up kind of close. Since the radius is bigger than Grothar and I get the spell damage, I'm probably going to play with this a lot more on my Magicka DK versus something like Grothar. Grothar I would use on different switch outs, like for Magicka Nightblade. I wouldn't really use it on my Sork, because for me, the sorcerer, I really always got more out of the Kina because I could control Kina a lot better and just hit a lot harder on the procs with Kina, and I could control it because of the power overload. But for a set like this, like I said, I think it's going to be flexible more for the Stam users, and I think Magicka users, once again, all Magicka users can use it because its proc is not based off of a dot effect or direct. So flexibility is there for this set. But I just think the DK's combustion is going to benefit the Magicka DK a lot better on the Magicka side. That's my opinion. But Stam users, this is a badass set for you guys, man. Badass. All right, guys. So I just wanted to kind of go over it, see the look, see what it's going over. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you disagree with me, that's fine. You know, it's just an opinion. But if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, post below. And once again and always, thank you for watching and have a nice day.